ownership, and greatness.
What's good, what's good, what's good? Ownership and greatness family, you already know it's another banger with the one and only Joe Chege. I'm pumped up. I'm super blessed to be here with you this week. Yo, you know it's the Christmas week, right? And I know a lot of you are out there trying to get the last minute gifts for those who celebrate Christmas. And for me, it's always something that I cherish because as a dad, it's one of those moments where you spend time with your family, you exchange gifts with your loved ones. We get to meet some of our relatives who we haven't seen in a while. For us, it's just a tradition. We do it that way because where I was brought up in Africa, like for us, it's a bit different. For those who live in America, the way you guys celebrate your Thanksgiving, that's how our Christmas Day is. Like we turn up, everybody have their nice feet ready. We have these great cookouts. We exchange our gifts. It's a bit different because in America, we exchange the gifts on the 25th of December. But in Africa, we have the Boxing Day, which is a day after. On the 26th is when we actually exchange our gifts. So these are some of the things you learn when you travel around the world and you realize there's a huge difference in how people do their things. So for me, I'm now used to opening the gifts on Christmas Day in the morning, which is something I've learned to adjust to, and I enjoy it. I like seeing my kids' faces when they wake up and they have the opportunity to open all the gifts that we've been piling up for them under the Christmas tree. And just a token of appreciation for what for their performances and all the great things that they've accomplished this year. And also a time for us to unwind and reflect on how the year has been. So it's a blessing. I know some of you are actually doing the same thing with your families, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy this festive season. But nonetheless, as we think about it, for me on this special episode, I want to take it to appreciate all the guests that we had this season on the show, from Kiana, from Destiny, from Chris, from Marie, like any single person, not forgetting Dishade. Every single guest that was on this show has been a blessing. Like we've learned from them, we've heard their stories, and not only that, all the listeners, all the viewers who've taken their time to comment and review and subscribe to the channel. Like I've seen this grow, and I'm super humbled by the experience of seeing the love that you're showing on the social media sector. So I just wanna appreciate each and every one of you. And I was thinking this has been a journey. When I think about it, 3 months ago, that's when I started the podcast and the show. And to be honest with you, like I said on the first episode, I took this as a calling. Like I had this feeling, and I had a calling where I was like, I need to step out and make sure I put out these messages. I need to step out and make sure I create a platform where we can tell our stories. We can tell our stories about the experiences we have as entrepreneurs, as creators, as artists, like any person that has a dream of accomplishing great things and being able to create impact into the society. I was like, I need to create a platform where we have the opportunity to tell our stories. And it's been a journey. This is just the beginning. Like I say, 2021, the fourth quarter was for me a great season because I decided to step out of my comfort zone and do this. Previous to that, I never really like stepping in front of the camera. If anything, I was always the person behind the lens, taking the shots, making sure everybody gets a picture whenever we had family gatherings and stuff. But I never used to like this. But then I was like, one night when I woke up and I had the message that I needed to put out there, I had no choice but to step out of my comfort zone. And now when I reflect on it, I feel so blessed because it's given me an opportunity to overcome my fear and to share all these stories. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to encourage you who's thinking of coming out and working on your dreams, who's thinking of exploring this life that we have, but you're limiting yourself because of fear. That's something that I had. Like sometimes I feel like we can accomplish so much within a short time frame. It's just that we don't believe in ourselves. We are always doubting ourselves. But I know anytime you have a dream, anytime you have a vision in you, you have the capability of accomplishing it and making it a big thing. Like we have greatness in us. That's something I believe each and every one of you has. So whenever you have a conviction to do something, a positive thing, and you put your mind to it and you're really focused, you are going to accomplish it. All it takes is just a little nudge. All it takes is being pointed in the right direction. All it takes is having a team that actually supports you and pushes you to become greater. But before you even get the support, all it takes is you believing in what you have, believing that you can actually accomplish the goal at hand. And boom, once you put it out there, the universe will conspire and align you with your blessing. So I'm reflecting on my fourth quarter and I'm super blessed because we've had stories that are actually uplifting, and I'm grateful because I shared this platform with some of my friends whom I've been able to observe and see their growth. And for me, that's the best thing that could have happened to me this year. So if you're watching this, I just want to remind you that don't be afraid to start over, because it's a better opportunity for you to start something new. And that's something that I've been able to learn, like from the first clips that I made, from the first episode I made. My audio was trash, I won't lie to you. Like every time I listen to it, but you know what, it humbles me, because if I never took that step, I wouldn't have figured out how to make better audio, like how to record better audio qualities. My first video was through my phone, and from there I've been able to utilize the tools that I have, use the cameras that I have, and every single day I see the growth in my footage. I see the clarity. Like I'm advancing every day, one step at a time. So be willing enough to learn from your mistake. Be willing enough to learn from your failures, because the failures are going to catapult you to greatness. Like you have to make those mistakes and then learn from them and then create something even better. We all know anything, like if you look at the prototype of any single product, like all the best product we like, be it our phones, be it the cars, when you look at the prototype, the original version, and look at the refined, there is a huge difference, because the prototype is usually the concept, the idea, the raw image, like the raw concept. But once you put your mind into it, once you focus on refining it, once you focus on tweaking here and there, when the end product comes out, it's usually something amazing. Like people are always running to get the final product, but they don't even know the story behind it. So I believe, like I said in the beginning, each and everyone has a story. And our story is the concept. Our story is the rawness, the raw image, or the raw concept of who we are. But as life goes on, we actually end up refining ourselves. We actually end up becoming better and better. We learn today, we make mistakes, and then use the lesson that we've learned from the mistake to refine ourselves to become a better version of ourselves. Think of it, every single person we know, any great person that we know out here, when you study them, when you study their biography or you listen to their stories, there is a period in between the day they were born to the day where they achieved their greatness that's never talked about. Most of them, whenever we see them out there, we are like, they became successful overnight. But that's not the truth, because when you research, you realize that they've been putting in work, they've made their mistakes, they've learned from their lessons, but they didn't let their lessons hold them down. They used that to become a better version of themselves. They used that to pivot or to look for better ways of doing things compared to how they were doing it before. So I just want to encourage you. For me, the past, I would say 3 months have been a blessing, because I've learned a lot and I'm not stopping. This is just the beginning. I haven't even scratched the surface. Like, I'm just beginning this journey, and I believe I'll be able to build something great that's going to be able to change and uplift people's life. So I want to encourage you as the year comes to an end, even as you're enjoying this festive season. Don't worry about the accomplishments that you are not able to accomplish this year. Don't worry about the goals that you set down to accomplish at the beginning of the year that haven't been fulfilled. That should not stress you. Just focus on living today to the fullest and being able to be honest to yourself and believe that anything you put your mind to is going to be fulfilled. So just because you failed on your past project, that doesn't mean you have to stay down, or that doesn't mean you have to give up on your dream and aspiration. Just because you started a business at the beginning of the year and it not flourished, that doesn't mean you have to give up on yourself. If one thing doesn't work out, try another one. Like they always say, the alphabet has 25 letters in it. So if A doesn't work out, you have a ton of letters to work with until you reach the letter Z. So you have a ton of options. So just because one thing didn't work out for you, that's not the end of you. You can always reset and then re-strategize and come back again and execute. And most definitely, you're going to be able to accomplish so much. So this is just a friendly reminder. We still have another chance to be able to live life to the fullest. We still have another chance to use the gift that we have, to use the skills that we have, to use the opportunities that we have to make our lives better. We are all winners. It doesn't matter the situation you're in right now. This is something I believe. My philosophy is I will never let anyone dictate who I am. And my major goal is to always aspire to be great. Why? Because my past circumstance is not going to define who I'm going to be tomorrow. The person you knew yesterday, like if you knew me yesterday and we meet today, I'm different. For real, because there's so much that can happen within 24 hours that can actually transform a person's life forever. So always be willing to change. You can't be constant, like you can't stay in one place and be afraid to make these moves. Because I believe if you're stagnant, you die. There's no growth in a stagnant section. You don't grow when you're stagnant. You only grow when you're evolving. You only grow when things around you are changing and you're also transforming as an individual. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you to be optimistic. Manifest your blessings and believe that things are going to be better. I know there's so much negativity around us, but at the end of the day, we have to remind ourselves to surround ourselves with great things. Surround your mind with positive energy. Anything you want to accomplish, believe as if it is. Believe in your visions and dreams and just focus on working on that. If you have a couple of goals, like I always say, focus on the most important first. Put all your energy on that one task until it's completely done and then move on to the next one. But the most important part is don't give up on yourself. When you fail, rise up again and fight another day. So, as the year comes to an end, I just want to celebrate all your wins. I want to celebrate all the accomplishments that you've been able to accomplish. Be it small or great, they are all your accomplishments. And you did it. Nobody else did it for you. You are the one who put yourself out there and you were able to accomplish it. So I just want to salute each and every one of you for all the great things you've been able to accomplish. Just keep on working on yourself. You have another opportunity to start right now. You don't have to wait until 2022 to start working on bettering yourself. You can start today, and that's my goal. Sometimes I feel like you should not let the calendar, like the 12 months of the year, hold you from accomplishing great things. Don't wait for that. If I want to become great, I'm starting today. I'm starting today because my growth or my accomplishment are not dictated by anyone. I'm the author of my life. When God gives me life, all I need to do is now write my story. And I choose the story that I want to tell out there. I choose the story that I want to live in. I am the character in this movie, so I'm going to make sure I choose the right character and act the way I'm supposed to. So I believe we are all meant for greatness. Like I always say, don't settle for less. You're meant for greatness. Work on your vision, work on your dream, aspire for greatness. Even as the year comes to an end, it's another opportunity for you to refine yourself and become the best version of yourself. So don't fret about the mistakes you made in 2021. Don't worry about the failures. Don't worry about the accomplishments that you wasn't able to accomplish. Focus on what you can actually do at this moment. That's all that matters. All the other stuff is irrelevant. So I love you guys. Like I said, I appreciate every single guest that was able to sit down with me and share their story, and also all the stories that I was able to put out there from other people. It's been an amazing journey, and this is just the beginning of it. I'm pumped up because I know there's so much coming. Like there's great things lined up for me in the near future, in 2022 and beyond. So let's continue working on our dreams. Let's continue working on our vision. Like I said, it's ownership and greatness. We are going to continue telling these great stories about ordinary people accomplishing extraordinary things in life. Like I said, this has been a great episode. I love you guys. Enjoy your Christmas and hope to link up with you guys next week. Peace, and I'm out.
Ownership and greatness.